Hello guys and welcome back to another model railway review, and today we have the Turbomotive. And this is the most expensive and heaviest steam locomotive in my entire model railway collection, and this video is, I think, slightly later than anticipated, but it is now happening, so finally. But yes, we're going to take a look at this today and have a bit of a running session with it and sort of see what the detail is like on it. And yeah, well, let's enjoy this one because it is a very nice locomotive. So as you can see, it is really glistening in the sun. It looks fantastic, doesn't it? The entire locomotive is made of Dagas metal, so all of the boiler and I believe the running plate and this lower part here. Not sure about the cab and the tenders, not, but it looks superb. But anyway, we'll run through the detail. I've sort of shaded it there. So at the front you can see, obviously, you've got this unusual shape that sort of distinguishes it from the standard Princess Royal class. And you've got like a little ledge there, you've got loads of moulded detail there, lamp irons there. You do actually have separately fitted and working lights, which look fantastic. You'll see those later. Sprung buffers at the front, you've got the yellow lining around the buffer beam, which looks really nice. Pre-fitted vacuum pipe there. And then you've got all the moulded detail around the outside of the locomotive. You do have a little bit of like foam there, which is, I believe, to stop the light leakage from the lamps, which is fine. You do have a separately fitted smokebox dart on the front as well, and 6202 printed really nicely on the front of the smokebox door as well. You've got double chimney for the steam turbine system that's inside. You do have all of these odd shapes as well around the smokebox that you don't normally get on a normal Princess Royal class. You don't have any big cylinders on the side either, external ones anyway, and none of the complicated coupling rods that you would have on the standard Princess Royal class, like 6201, for example, like Princess Elizabeth, because it's a steam turbine and works differently. You do have the yellow lining all the way across the running plate there and on the splashes, which looks fantastic. You've got one just behind the smokebox here as well, which looks gorgeous. Separately fitted metal handrails across there and extra piping as well. And then I think that's probably like a little whistle maybe, but that one is as well. Maybe that's just something to let a bit of steam out. Then you've got metal safety valves at the top. You've got a little whistle over there, which looks brilliant. Loads of detail on the side. You've got glazing on the windows, and you've got the opening little vents on the top as well, which is quite cool on top of the cab there. Loads of moulded detail in the die-cast boiler. You've got piping at the bottom, which is different on each side as well, which is really nice. The wheels look fantastic with the centres, and they are painted in the centre as well. It's like a silvery white colour. It looks white in certain lights and silver in different ones. It looks actually really nice. Same with the standard wheels as well, with the silver like tyres as well, which look fantastic. 6202 is printed really nicely on here as well. You've got more yellow lining at the front of the cab there, at the end of the boiler. And then 7p, which is its strength rating, printed on the side as well in the sort of similar yellow colour. And then obviously the lining around the cab with the bits of black as well, which looks absolutely fantastic. You have the black on the running plate as well. But the other side is different. So what I'll do is I'll turn it around and show you the other side. So this is the other side of the locomotive, and as you can see, it's completely different. Like this whole section here is different. It's not on the other side. Got all the piping there. Obviously the metal handrail, which is replicated on this side, looks fantastic. It's very cool. And then you've got all the yellow lining around it as well, which looks really weird. But it is odd to have it so different on one side. But at least we get a view in the cab now as well, so you can just see inside of there. You got all the gauges and stuff and piping all picked out. Looks fantastic. Got firebox glow as well, and then you got the really cool sort of realistic cab doors, which are like positioned on the open setting, which was really nice. And then you've got more piping at the bottom here, and the tender is obviously still very nice as well. It's just a standard Princess Royal tender. It does have the coal in there, which I believe is removable, so you can remove that if you want. Yeah, there you go. It is removable. And then you've got sprung buffers at the back. You've got a working light at the rear as well, which is really nice. And then all the yellow lining along the back, and obviously along the tender as well, and the LMS bits out on the tender, and obviously the bottom of the tender spits out with the yellow lining as well, which looks fantastic. Under detail, you do have a water scoop as well, and all the brake rigging pre-fitted on the tender. You've got the little plate that connects the two for the cab floor and the tender, which will be able to be positioned, but can't get my finger in there, so I'll try and get a screwdriver in there, but yeah, it is movable. You can see it, probably see it moving. So yeah, it's quite cool. Right. There's the last couple of bits. Vacuum pipe pre-fitted. You do have a coupling hook on the back here, which you can put like realistic ones on if you wanted. Then you have these sort of mechanism for doing the water, etc. I'm not an expert by any means, so yeah. But anyway, that's the Turbomotive detail. I'll dead quickly show you the box, then we'll go and run the locomotive. So the box is the sort of new style of Hornby packaging, which I love. I think it's cool. The box is massive as well, so I'll just turn the lid over because it's already pre-separated. So it tells you about the Princess Royal class and the Turbomotive all in this for you. So if you want to pause it and read that, you can. And then you have the drawings for the locomotive there, which is really, really cool. So you can see it's dated 2022, so it's a very, very recent locomotive to be tooled up. So it's a very cool thing. Right. In the box itself, you got this lovely foam separating. They learned from their mistakes with the packaging, which is really cool. So inside, there's a detail bag there. Now, I'm not going to exactly open it because I'm not going to do that, but you do have a separate extra set of wheels if you want that. There's coupling in there, some men. There's also an extra light for the smoke box if you wanted to put that on, but I'm not doing that. And yeah, there's brake rigging and some steps, etc. So there's loads of bits and bobs in there if you wanted to use that, which is really nice. And the cab is the sort of crew is quite a cool addition. So they're doing that with quite a few of their most recent locomotives. Pop that back in, and we will get the loco onto the track. It's going to be quite an annoying, maybe bit of like haze from the sun, so I'll try and not have that, but it's going to be there for now. But anyway, this is the Turbomotive onto the track then. It is very, very bright in here. I might have to put the blind down a little bit, bear with. Yeah, that's improved it slightly. Right, so there it is, onto the track, and doesn't it look so cool? I like the Princess Royal, but I actually really like this slightly more, you know, because I just think it's cool because it's unique. And it is very heavy and all die-cast, and it's very, very cool. So it hasn't actually ran much since we've purchased it because I've not had it very long. But we're going to do a little bit of slow speed testing, see how it runs. And then I'm going to hook it up with some coaches. And I'm going to give it a light load for now, for its size. Just so it can run in a little bit without pulling 700 coaches. And then we'll sort of have a bit of a running session with it. So let's get to the slow speed test first. This is nice and easy to see the how the wheels turn around with this one. It's quite an easy one to see. So I've rewired the thing the wrong way around. That's my fault. There we go. Probably because of how big it is as well. I mean, that's really smooth, but it's not the slowest in the world. This is on the feedback control, so I'll try the other one in a sec. It's cogging slightly, going backwards. I mean, it is really smooth, and the flywheel effect as well. Right, let's try the other one. It's quite slow. It is slow, but I think because of the motor and the flywheel trying to lug around so much weight, it's geared so it's so that it doesn't sort of cut out or anything. So you know we are running on Hornby's HM2000, but it will be going. I'm going to get a gauge master controller, I think, because I also don't like the fact that I have to. In fact, I don't actually have to do it. I have to turn it down. I can just do that and pop it back. So yeah, but it runs really well. It's not the slowest speed in the world, but I think it's just because it's geared that way, because it's got a massive flywheel as well, so you can see the flywheel effects though. But yes, I will get some lovely coaches for it, and we will enjoy it running around for a bit. I don't know if these coaches are too old per se for this sort of locomotive, but it'll do. But I will get this running for a bit, and I'll get some shots of it running around, and we'll just enjoy it for a short while. Here we go. Right, it's going a bit slower. Trying to get the track to work properly. And this is probably as good as we're going to get at the minute, so this will have to do us. Look at it going around. Oh, well, by the way, the lights will flash on camera. That's not how they actually work. It's just because LEDs and cameras don't really pick up very well, so it is what it is, unfortunately. But they will flash because they're LED. But they do actually work properly. It's just how it works. So it might be a bit annoying, but I do apologise about that. But look at it running around, and those coaches look really gorgeous with it as well. But they're probably not prototypical, they're probably slightly too old, really. But they're LMS coaches, it looks cool. So yeah, I think the track's actually working relatively well now, which is good. So at least we've got some working bits of track. That's it going around, it looks so nice, doesn't it? Quite liking the look of the layout. You can see where the old bits of shed used to be. There's the different shades of green and where the track used to go, and it's quite funny, but it sort of gives it a realistic vibe actually, because grass is different colours. So, right, we'll bring this into a stop. And that's it done. So that's the Turbomotive then. Firstly, the most expensive locomotive in the collection so far. One of the largest and one of the only ones made fully out of die-cast metal. And it's gorgeous, so love it. But yeah, let me know your thoughts, and obviously subscribe if you haven't already, put the notification bell on to alert when I make a new upload. Lots to come, and yeah, I'll see you very soon for some more videos. Goodbye.